Welcome to This Explainer. Sometime around the year 2050, the 10 billionth human being is going to be born. Today, we're focusing our lens right on this fast-approaching demographic milestone because it is fundamentally going to shape the mid-21st century. We're transforming some really incredible research into a clear journey to help us understand exactly what our crowded future looks like and, more importantly, how we can actually thrive in it. Let's get started.
10 billion. According to the UN, humanity is going to hit this absolutely staggering milestone by 2050. Just to put that into perspective, right? If you counted one person every single second, it would literally take you over 300 years to reach 10 billion. So yeah, this represents a profound turning point in human history.
Okay, let's dive into this, because that 10 billion figure brings us face to face with the ultimate existential question of our time. Can Earth actually survive us? Can our planet really support this massive population without suffering irreversible environmental damage? Well, to answer that, we kind of need to understand how we got here in the first place. Trace this timeline and you see this insane exponential acceleration. 1800, 1 billion. Just over a century later, 2 billion. Then it just completely snowballs. 1974, 4 billion. 1999, 6. 2022, 8. And now we're rocketing toward 10 billion. This incredible surge, it was driven by massive, rapid leaps in agriculture, industrialization, and modern medicine. Basically, we became incredibly good at surviving. But, maintaining that survival requires a pretty major paradigm shift. We throw around the word overpopulation a lot, but it isn't actually just about a massive headcount. True overpopulation only happens when human demand flat out exceeds the environment's ability to regenerate resources and absorb our waste. So Earth's carrying capacity is really defined by resource regeneration, not just absolute numbers. Looking through that lens of resources, the real antagonist reveals itself: totally unsustainable consumption. Think about this. A child born in a high-income country is going to consume up to 30 times more energy, water, and materials over their lifetime than a child in a low-income country. 30 times. So the crisis isn't simply how many of us there are, it's how unequally we devour the planet's resources. Which perfectly brings us to our first major pillar of survival, and that's food security. Can we actually feed 10 billion people? Surprisingly, the answer right now is yes, at least in terms of sheer calories. We actually currently produce enough food globally, but we're facing massive logistical and systemic challenges that are preventing those calories from sustainably reaching the plates of everyone who actually needs them. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the truly shocking reality it reveals. 1/3 of all the food we produce worldwide is entirely lost or wasted. 1/3! If we simply fix this staggering 33% inefficiency, we could practically feed our entire future population without needing to clear a single extra acre of forest for new farmland. How crazy is that? So, to optimize what we do grow, modern innovation is really stepping up to the plate. Just picture the farm of the future. You've got drones and sensors delivering precision agriculture, while regenerative farming practices are actively protecting the soil below. We're even moving crops right into our cities with vertical farming and taking pressure off the land entirely through alternative cultivated proteins, which drastically reduces the massive footprint of traditional livestock. And, well, speaking of water, we're facing a really serious growing freshwater crisis. We live on a blue planet, sure, but if all of Earth's water fit into a single jug, the accessible fresh water would literally be just a single teardrop. And our demand for that tiny teardrop is rising sharply, totally squeezed by population growth, industrial pollution, and the unpredictable extremes of climate change. This next fact might completely shock you. Agriculture alone drains roughly 70% of all our accessible freshwater resources. 70%! We spend so much time focusing on turning off the tap while brushing our teeth, and hey, that's still important, for sure. But the lion's share of our water is essentially being eaten up by the global food supply chain. Let's move to and see how this builds a clear path forward for integrated resource management. Step 1, we have to implement highly efficient irrigation systems. Step 2, maximize water recycling, treating our wastewater as a valuable resource, not just trash. Step 3 involves fixing those massive system leaks and scaling up rainwater harvesting. And finally, Step 4, utilizing desalination. But critically, this has to be powered by renewable energy so we don't accidentally solve a water problem by creating a huge emissions problem.
And that perfectly pivots us right over to energy, because powering a crowded planet of 10 billion people means our energy demand is absolutely going to surge. I mean, we have rapid economic development happening globally, the massive electrification of our vehicles, and all these incredibly power-hungry digital technologies, all demanding way more juice. To sustainably meet this crazy demand, we absolutely have to decouple human growth from fossil fuels. And there's no single silver bullet here. We need a diverse, synergistic mix. The variable power we get from wind and solar just has to be backed up by the reliable baseline of advanced nuclear and geothermal energy. Then we tie the whole shebang together with smart grids and high-capacity battery storage to make sure the lights actually stay on, even when the wind stops blowing. So you might be wondering, where are all these people consuming all this food, water, and energy actually going to live? The answer is urban areas. By 2050, nearly 70% of humanity is going to live in cities. And while that might sound super overwhelming, the rise of megacities can actually be a massive sustainability advantage if they're well planned. Think about it. Dense, smart infrastructure drastically reduces our physical footprint. By prioritizing vast public transit, compact high-density living, and energy-efficient green architecture, we can prevent destructive urban sprawl. We're even starting to use AI to optimize resource flows in real time, effectively weaving nature-based solutions right into the concrete jungle. It's a real game changer. But as we engineer these incredible cities, we kind of have to slow down for a second. We have to acknowledge a totally critical climax in all this research: planetary boundaries. These are the strict scientific environmental limits that maintain a stable Earth. These are literally the very limits that allow human civilization to exist at all. And staying within these boundaries is absolutely non-negotiable. Think of them like the foundation of a house. We simply cannot infinitely emit carbon, destroy natural habitats, or deplete freshwater without completely cracking that foundation. The stability of our climate and our ecosystems is the absolute bedrock that our entire 10 billion person civilization rests upon. And this brilliantly illustrates why, to protect that foundation, our entire economic model needs a serious upgrade. Enter the circular economy. This replaces the impossible idea of infinite resource extraction with sustainable efficiency. We design products to actually last. We prioritize repair, we remanufacture goods, and we implement vast recycling systems for critical materials. We literally just have to stop throwing our planet into a landfill. Now, I know that facing a global population of 10 billion can feel incredibly overwhelming. It's easy to feel like you're just a tiny drop in the ocean. But here's the thing. Solving this massive global puzzle ultimately rests on billions of individual choices. Yes, that means your choices. Because these small, everyday actions multiply to create massive global shifts. You can drastically reduce your personal food waste. You can conserve water, adopt sustainable transport, and just buy less junk. By reducing your consumption and repairing what you already own, you aren't just a spectator. You are actively building that circular economy. You have real, tangible power to help build a resilient planet for everyone. Hitting 10 billion people is not inherently a disaster. Actually, it's an incredible opportunity to reshape how we live, how we consume, and how we share this amazing world. The solutions exist, the technology is advancing, and the blueprint, it's right in front of us. The only question left is, what kind of planet are we choosing to leave behind? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.